Hey guys, what's going on? It's MJ here. Just throwing down the lines, doing what we do. Sorry about the initial harshness of the video over here. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got everything going, and I got everything going wisely. It's a little tougher than what I thought it would to try and do the live chat with, uh, a little bit here and a little bit there. A little tougher than what I expected. At least the setup's coming there. My idea is I got Facebook, I got YouTube. What's going on, guys? We're going to talk life, liberty, everything. We even got our COVID, our I don't want to say self-quarantine, because quarantine's when someone, we are being quarantined essentially, but we don't have to listen, send it. But yeah. What's going on, Bull Gear? How are you, brother? It's gonna be a long night. I've got a couple of these lovely little COVID testers. So yeah. So I guess let's come out and let's start some talking. I'm gonna hit. So I think the order I'm gonna do this is hit some of the more general topics first, and then I'm gonna definitely talk about some tough topic. Some have been, and I'm sure you guys could find it through the internet, and I'll get to that in a little bit. So let's talk about a fun topic, something nice. We've seen these tires come out recently. These are the USD stickies too, guys. These things are bad. Those of you that are in the comp scene at all, you guys are gonna hate me because these are awesome tires. I have full intention. I know a couple guys over here in Facebook land. I have comped with each other. A couple guys over here, same with YouTube land. These are going to be no question modified for every opportunity. I'm going to be throwing this down. Let's go and go back. So Kevin, how are you, brother? Paul, good to see you, man. We need to get trailing, man. We got to get out there. We've been trying to, buddy of mine over here in our Northern Virginia have been trying to hook up and get out on trails. Yesterday, his truck broke. I don't know how you broke it, but props for you breaking it. That means you've been driving it. There we go. And we're trying to get out there. Things just didn't line up. Rain, migraine, not feeling well. Can't win. All right. Hey, what's going on, Bryce? So look, these USD stickies are no joke, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, what's going on, Adam? Shout out to you real quick. Thanks for that help. By the way, as a quick, I'll get to that in 10 seconds. I have squirrels, man. The gentleman, Darren, did get a hold of me, and his truck will be to him, should be on the 5th. So everything is square. Thank you, Adrenaline RC Raceway. Huge shout out to you guys because they're the local hobby shop that has made everything possible. So huge shout out to you guys. Seth, thank you. I raised whatever's in my hand just in case other people are watching. Over to you. Thank you. It's gonna be a great night. I have a couple of these. It's gonna be a great night. Look, USD stickies. Let's talk about these. These things are mean. So I've done two short videos with this truck that you guys might should have seen. One was on the 777. We took 777, which I'll get to a little bit. And we just put it in and we ran it as is. What's going on, Doug? Dude, this thing. These things are beefy. They are meaty. If you do not have a solid powered servo, guys, that is a must when you're talking about these tires. I'm not lying to you. These are some serious beef. You can actually hear it on wood. You can hear the grip, which is something that a lot of people are going to look for. They are coming in only 2 compounds right now. One is red, which is the stickiest, that the Vex red, which is vertical extreme red compounds, the stickiest, and they're doing a green. So those of you who are bashers, going on a basher bouncer scene, green's where you want it to be, because you're talking about 100% wheel speed. Bull gear, that's hilarious, dude. A hen party. Well, to be younger, brother, to be younger, and not what's the word I'm gonna say? Have professed your love. There we go. So behave, because that's what I would do. What's going on, Matt? I'm just shouting people out left and right. So look, other than that, I've got a couple small things to do. I think just making an adjustment on this on my drag link, and that's about it. It looks like I already did that. I already put an adjustment. I already made it longer. I might have to make one more longer, but that's all right. This particular truck is going to need every piece it can get. Look, watch forward for the next, week or two. I am going to put this through hell, for a lack of a better term. That's the only bad word I'm going to use. So and that kind of brings me to another concept that I'm working on. We are going to come up. I guess in part ways it's going to be partial joking, but also kind of like serious. We are going to come up with a little bit of a. We're going to call it MJ proof. You might have seen the hashtag here and there, but those of you that have known me inside this hobby for a while, I am ruthless, relentless. I am that person that manufacturers fear, because I have and willingly put my gear through the worst of it. A buddy of mine, Matt Moore, we spent an hour in East Coast Scale Nationals, the campground. They have a mud pit, and we spent about an hour in it just testing, just seeing what the Hobby Wing axe system can do. We believe it or not, we only overheated it once. Because I learned a few lessons, and yeah. That's funny, man. They're loud. Well, yeah. So, but we are going to do a real segment as we go. Yeah, you did. What's going on, Shelby? So Freddie over here on Facebook land has actually seen my shenanigans live. I know, Adam, you've heard me. Shelby, I know you've seen my shenanigans too through Buy It, Break It, Fix It. But Freddie has seen it. Hey, what's going on, RC next Tuesday? We've got some guys from over here from across the pond. Cheers, brother. I am ruthless. He watched that day. Freddie was there. He didn't know it, and I didn't know it until I tore everything apart. He watched me kill a Holmes Hobbies Polar Pro 2700 dead, done, like armature shot. The actual sensor board was fried. It was bad. Like, it was bad. The second one, that same day, I also killed 4 bearings in the farthest axle, 2 in the rear in the middle axle, and I'm just kind of thinking I had 4 bearings in the transmission dead and 2 in the front axle dead. So like, I went through and this is on a TRX, and they got some hefty bearings. Needless to say, from some competitions throughout here and there, I had earned some Boca bearings. So needless to say, the important bearings that I tend to kill the most have been replaced by ceramics, because that is, well, actually, Kent Seal over here in Facebook land, you were there for Super Shafty. It was the Creek Crawl, and we sent it on 4S because America, and we sent it. I got a heavy skinny finger. It's great. Cheers. Anyway, so I think the first thing that I actually want to kind of give the MJ proof to is the Holmes Hobby Polar Pro series. Yes, I hurt one. I'm not gonna lie, I hurt it bad, but the Polar Pro stubby, it's in this truck, has lasted me over a year. Okay, first and foremost, that just think about this, guys. I mean, you've seen my videos. Some of you have been following me from when I was in Wrecker RC, REKKR RC. I'll put that over here. You guys can see I just beat the crap out of this. Hey, what's going on, RC Garage? That like you can see my channel, I beat the crap out of this poor thing, and this has been truck has taken a lot of abuse. And that said, the Mamba X obviously has to get there because that's been powering everything. I believe it or not, yes, I've had to reprogram a couple, but this truck right here has been a workhorse. Flat out been a workhorse for everything that I've done. Okay. The next act, I should say, really the third portion of MJ Proof I kind of really need to give to is just one brand, is a tire brand. Team Ot6 Racing. I'm not sponsored by them. I want to throw that out there. I am not sponsored by them. But almost every video you've seen since I've taken over, actually every video you've seen I've taken over from Marsh, except for my little 419 truck right here, has been on either the it's been on the KLRMs or these. Okay, I beat the living crap out of these poor things. I have no remorse, and they just keep on asking. I've never popped a bead. I've never just shredded a tire. Now, some of you guys have seen me shred tires. We did it to the Boom Racing Hustlers. Mind you, that was on 4S in second gear on a BRX-01. That thing had to be doing 35. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty entertaining. But the KLRMs also did 35 on a TRX-6 in second gear. It might have been closer to 30, but it was cooking. All right, so I am ruthless on products, and that's why this MJ Proof thing is kind of like, I know it's just me. I'm not a company. I'm not a tester, but I am a tester because I will put my stuff through it. Like, send it up hills. I don't care. Put it on 4S. Wow, let's put it on 6S. Can it do it? Who knows? By the way, Hobby Wing Axe will not do 4S. I tried. We tried. Actually, I think it was was that you, Adam, that tried over on Facebook Land? I know someone and I tried at Motorama to put on 4S. It wouldn't even fire up. Made me sad. Actually, it really did make me sad. But yeah, and then the only the servos that I want to bring up real quick for MJ Proof thus far, I can confirm the Reef 555 MJ Proof. This thing has taken a beating. I am ruthless. It's been submarine. It's been submarine for an hour straight, pretty much. I have a friend that actually took a 444. Excuse me. You can check it out and buy a brick, fix it. I sat it in for a week and tested it as he went. Just popped it in. It works. And the funny part is he put it on his MST truck, their 1/8, which is kind of like really a 110 scale. Put it on rear steer. And made it rear steer, and in some very heavy rock, I drove it, and it did not die. So it was a little sluggish, a little hot, but it still kicked. It kicked through, and it did its job as you would expect a servo to do. All right. Oh, Halo installation tips. Okay, I'll get there in a little bit. I will get there. Those halos are tough to put in. Believe it or not, I actually don't really. We've got one set up in the house. That's about it. Maybe two sets, 1.5. I don't know. We've got something. But the halos, they look interesting. I just haven't pulled the trigger on what's going on. Hey, what's going on, Julio? I haven't seen you in a bit. Have you ever run a 112 scales looking for a vacation? So 112 is not going to be much smaller. The Team Associated, what is that? CR12 it's pretty good. I mean, it's got the Team Associated name, but from what I understand through the grapevine, because I don't own one, and I'm addressing, by the way, YouTube, I'm addressing guys on Facebook here. It doesn't crawl as well as you might think. My honest opinion, I'd go with an SCX24, and Ben from Fix It has a build. Now, you're going to end up spending pretty close to what you would for a 110 crawler to get it like the best possible. But at the same time, even just in stock form, they're really fun. I've driven one and I kind of fell in love with it. So that might be my first axial, actually. I still don't own an axial. Who thought about that? Cheers, guys. Random thoughts. Good stuff. So, next, I want to keep with a happy note. Okay. Also, I want to shout out to my boy Mike Dooley. He sent me all those bumpers. So I finally got the BRX01 squared away. Hey, it's not perfectly straight. That's because I had to drill everything. But just so you know, this is stainless steel. There is no joke. This took me a while to get through. Pack 3, yeah, dude. If you go 124th, you got a pack 3. This thing is awesome. He did a great job with all the heights, with all the measurements. And, you know, it's a truck tool that I would expect to be able to run. And it will take a running. Now, what I really like about what he did, so I have a little trimming to do. I'm going to show YouTube first. Facebook will come over to you guys. You see this very carefully. There's a little underneath here where you can kind of see my finger where that hole is. I got to trim that a little bit. But what I really like about what Mike does, hey, Joe, what's going on? Over here, you guys can see where I got to trim this right here. But what Mike does one more time is leaves it to me or to the driver to make those small adjustments. The BRX01 is a tough thing to do just because, you know, it's relatively new. Not many people have one. It's kind of it's a real niche. It's not like Axial Traxxas. Like this is the most scale truck that I own, period, paragraph. Got a little hangy low, but that's also probably because of, oh yeah, that's where the panhard is. But yeah, this is by far the most scale truck that I own. Maybe not. Yeah, still is because I had to do an axle swap on it. But yeah, that kind of like that covers that. Small adjustments. Please make sure you step it up from the smallest bit. I might have killed 2 1/16 bits today. Rest in peace. But on a good note, that brand new Cobalt set that I picked up got some use. Woohoo. And also I've learned to use, especially with that, use the first gear to get that initial piece started. And then once it's started, then hit second gear. And I used literally a drop of shock oil just to give some lubrication. I found that is a solid way to do it. It actually works really well and whatnot. Is that my man? Is that Michael Dooley that just popped in? I think it is. I literally just shouted you out, brother. So over here, you guys, the next thing that I really want to kind of talk about, and there's been some great stuff, and there's been some hard stuff. So let's start here, and let me make sure that you guys are clear. I am a Reef driver. Okay, I want to make sure that that's clear. That said, you know, where criticism is. What's going on, JD? How are you, brother? Yeah, actually, I am gonna be talking about that 777 here. All right, so some of you guys have seen through the grapevine the 777. Here it is. So I have one, and there you go. I do have one. Those pictures that I posted were my truck. Were this. This is where 777 belongs. Make no bones about it. This thing is gonna see some, not even abuse. It's gonna see some abuse. Okay, that's part of the reason. A big part of why Reef brought me on is my skill set really relies on beating the crap out of stuff. So RC Garage PH is from over on the pond is asking, is it expensive, powerful, and fast? So I will be honest, there are ones that are faster, but when we're talking about crawling, this one will do it plenty. It is considerably faster than the 555 if that's what your experience is. It's closer to what a 444 is. It will give a quick response. Here, you know what? Just because America. Do I have enough room? Let me see. Do I have enough room? I might even see if I can grab a battery, which is right here. Got my controller. So I also took another truck out, an Element out, believe it or not. I actually have an Element. So I know it's funny, right? I don't have an axial, but I have an element, which is, a lot of similarities to axial. Actually, this is from I can't remember. Company out in Colorado. Can't even remember his name right now. I'm having a brain fart. But I ordered an axial bumper for my element because that's what I felt was going to be necessary. So I'm going to pop this battery in right quick and actually answer your question, RC Garage. I will give you a live momentary thing. Here, let me turn this on. Make sure she's all squared away. I have like 10 trucks tied to this, so if this goes, I got problems. All right, I'm only gonna work. That's America. There she goes. All right, there's the Mamba X happiness. Okay. Oh, wrong truck. Oh, you know why? It's not the wrong truck. I didn't hook up my servo. Something I gotta get used to. All right. So it will be fast whenever I hook it up. Aha! The servo works. All right. So look, you asked. It is rather responsive and plenty quick. All right. So RC Garage, to answer your question, yes, it is plenty fast. Powerful? Yeah, dude. This thing's powerful. If you notice the way he did the ratings, he started at 11.1, which anybody that runs 3S knows 11.1 is their nominal. That's where when you get it brand new, that's where it's set at. Okay, that's its storage numbers. It's fully charged at 12.6, so you're gonna get that full 777 on 12.6. And then, as we know about lipos, yes, the voltage will go down, but the power output tends to stay much more consistent, which is a beautiful thing. So that said, I really think that this is going to do well. Now, I've seen some hate about this thing, and that's kind of what I really want to address right now. So some of the points that were brought up are quite interesting. Okay, so yeah, it looks like another servo. Yada 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 yada. Okay, and know that there is a patent on this particular servo. The servo and Reef himself said the patent is on the case. One thing you find about the servo market is you can have a million of the same servos, but what makes the difference? Like, what makes that unique? And it's the case. What do we see as a whole hobby coming out of especially China? A lot of times, the Chinese see a servo that is being like very popular, and then they copy it directly. Okay, make no bones about it. That is what it is. That's what they do. That's their business model. This particular servo case is patented across the board. It is patented over in China. It is patented here in the United States. So at least in a very crowded market, that is going to be seen as a unique portion of that. Now, is 4S, is the 4S aspect of it new? No. Holmes, Three Brothers did 4S, indirect 4S on this. But what is the newer aspect is they have it. No one has actually put out, other than one Chinese company, which is I think AFG, that their servos are super tunable. Okay, you have software that you can go in, adjust how you need it to be for speed, for torque, and there's so many parameters you can do. That said, the recommendation from AFG is to go no higher than 3S. Okay, so make that clear. They are set at 3S as a max from AFG. Okay, Reef is pushing that and he's set it at 4S. Now, here's the aspect of it. In order to do that, there has to be some differences. Reef is not going to tell the rest of the hobby what his differences are. Those are trade secrets to him. Okay, he's not going to tell us that as a team driver because, I think I might think that yes, I might want to know, but it's not my job to know necessarily because that's a trade secret. That's a business secret. Okay. But it is my job to know that, hey, there are some differences. So please understand that and please and work with that. That said, is the servo, what's the cost on this thing? The cost is about $147. And yes, you do need to buy, in order to tune it, you do need to buy a link. And then if you have another Three Brothers or a Holmes and you have the 4S plug, you can use that. Or if you really want to, you can take your wire, the power lines, and then hook them into the battery if that's what you want to do. Okay, so there's two options. You could either go with an adapter that goes on the balance plug on your battery, or you could go and plug it directly into your servo wires. Now, I'm torn where I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to actually keep it with the balance because I can keep an extra balance wire just in case. Okay, if the servo goes for whatever reason, I'm in the middle wherever, I have a fix for it, and I have a quick fix for it, and I don't have to worry about old Sparky saying hi again. Now, another part that I kind of wanted to talk about is the behavior of what are seen as team drivers. Some, as we have seen through the hobby online, some have been flat out brutal. Like, as a team driver, when it comes to the hobby, there's an expectation that is set for me. My job is to become welcoming. Like, give you guys knowledge, talk about everything that's going on, and have fun. I've seen others recently go to a different level of flat out just trolling. That's fine for you, but my question is, what does that do to the brands that you represent? There it is. Now, those of you that on Facebook land know, I enjoy poking the bear. Like, there's no question. I don't really do it here on YouTube, but I poke the bear on the Book of Faces. I've been let go of a few local chatter groups, if you will, because they can't tolerate a different opinion. That said, again, that reflects. You will notice that, I make my choices, and I know I need to live with my choices. Anybody that is interested in getting sponsored, that is something to think about. On the other side, if you just want to keep enjoying the hobby, have at it. There has to be dissent. There has to be discussion, or else things won't get better. They'll just stay status quo. Believe it or not, companies watch. I would not be surprised to know that many companies are actually watching this live stream, or they'll catch it on the other when they wake up in the morning. And same with the YouTube views, because they want to hear what people have to say, not just me, but they also want to see what you, as the viewers, want to say, what your impressions are. So think about what is being said. My job is to, outside of trying to grow the hobby, trying to grow the hobby, but also having fun with it. And as a friend of mine that says, remember, you're not really sure, baffle them with a little tongue talk. That's funny. Rick, I'm always sure. I'm always sure that I got some in there. So it is what it is. But yeah. But just guys know the hobby itself, it's definitely going in a different direction. It's kind of fun. You're seeing a lot of companies respond, and that actually comes from a lot of stuff on Facebook as well as YouTube. Those reviews, the comments coming down, you'll see different companies. You might make a quiet change. There's updates that are being pushed from like other tons of companies. So like go back about 6 months. In particular, Hobby Wing has listened to us, like people. They're the people that were running the Axe system, because we knew that we could get more out of their 540 motor. So what came about? It took a little time because they wanted to make sure it was right, but they got an update for their Axe. It was version 1.02. A little rough one to roll out, but that happens, and they made some adjustments, fixed it, and called it a day. Now, if you follow directions, check out a video or two. I think Exo Caged has a great one on there. Boom, get it up there. By the way, Rick, buy a crawler. Get my fellow brother from another mother out walking some trails. It's fun watching it. Hey, inactive. Everybody knows the spectrum. All right. So that said, yeah. So I'm interested to hear what you guys have to think. A 777. What's your opinions on it? B, what do you guys expect the team driver to be? How do you expect their conduct to be? Do you care if they talk politically, or do you care if they, are free to express their views, but also know that they have a brand or two that they represent? And also, C. My response to COVID. Next. Got a fresh glove. Because, you always got to change gloves as you go throughout the day. Sorry. It's been one of those days. Whew. All right. We're good to go. So, yeah. What do you guys think? And D, should I actually clean this truck? Some of you guys know that I don't clean very much at all. Ever. Ooh, what did I hit? I hit something. Cool. I got all kinds of scrapes. I got all bend in this. Yeah. So if you see a little bendy mark right there, got a little bend right there. I've only driven this truck once. What did I hit? That seems pretty intense for a hit. Huh. I'm thoroughly entertained. I see where it hit. I see it. I gotta lop a little bit off this. Scalar Fab, that's what it is. Scalar Fab. Had a quick shout out to them. I gotta lop a little off this back edge here, because that's at full turn it's hitting. But yeah, should I actually clean this thing? I could. I should. Will I? I don't know. Why not? Do I have a towel? There is a towel. So you guys over here in the book of Faces land and Tube of Views, what do you guys think? Do you guys care if people express their opinions, or are you looking as a person to express their opinions just respectfully, or do you care if they just send it? Does it bother you? I'm interested. Beach is calling. Run up. You should, Rick. It's fun. Get a TRX4 Sport or an Element. Electronics wise, I prefer an Element. No questions asked, because Traxxas electronics out of the box suck. I'm not lying here. But yeah, when it comes to everything else, I'd pick up one of these in a heartbeat. The Elements are solid trucks, and they really do well. They look like this is your style, Rick. I'm not calling you old, but they kind of look they got that 80s Dodge look. So yeah. All right. So over here on Tube of Views, Jack Desk is asking, what do you think about the Axial Capra? I've driven one. It's a very interesting little truck. Very capable. Let's start there. It's very capable. In the right hands, I think it's a goat. I mean, not only is it called the goat, but it really is a goat. The thing will crawl. If you're able to preload that rear and use that dig to pop up onto a rock, I'm go for it. By all means, go for it. That's a skill that a driver needs to be able to do. But that said, I'm missing cover. I like the truck. I think Axial could do a little bit better with some with the portals. They've had a few issues here and there with the portal gears. I don't want to say to no fault of their own, but the one thing that Traxxas did really well is they have like 8 screws holding their portal gears on, while Axial only has 4. So and that can come into play. Now I'm actually going to put maintenance on this thing. Let's have a heart attack, please, because for you guys that didn't know me, I don't do maintenance for crap, except on my real truck. I do care about my real vehicles. I'm putting some WD-40 silicone down the drive shafts, and where all the bearings meet, because this is crucial to allowing things to be happy in a good way. And I'm using the straw just because, and I did take this truck for a run yesterday. I did about 2 miles, just getting my unskinniness out, trying to become a little skinnier, just a little. Can't become too skinny, then we got problems. Cool. Then I'll do this. But I really do like Capra. I haven't bought one yet because in my comp world, a Capra is a class 3 truck, and I already have a class 3 truck, so I don't want to buy a second one. Most of the trucks that I bought recently have been all just happenstance. I happen to have a little extra in the pocket, and then the right deal came by, and I snagged it. This being one of them, this truck being one of them, and yeah. So there will be a Reef 444 going to go in this. I'm going to take this TBL out, but other than that, boom. This thing's a really good truck, actually. I probably should just do the front diffs too. Put a little bit right on the bearings, so that way it doesn't need a lot. It just needs just a touch. And I'm going to do the same thing on the rear bearings, just with this because this is WD-40 silicone. So it is a little bit of a lubricant, but more importantly, I did run this through some nasty stuff. So I probably should do the fronts here too. Not nearly as nasty as Motorama. That was epic. But, pretty nasty in a sense, its own right. Like, I got out of Motorama and this thing was nasty. I'm pretty sure it's still really nasty, because I haven't taken these things apart. Cool. All right, so that'll settle. That'll be good. I left that raw steel. I'm gonna let it rust. It'll look cool. It's going on a Chevy C10 body, so that way, like that little bit of rust, it'll actually look right. Somehow I already broke that body. Oh, send it. I didn't even really push that truck at all. I just did. So yeah, that is what it is. All right, what else? So any other questions, guys? Whether it's YouTube, Facebook, let's make fun of the fat boy, brother from another mother, because that's what happens. I don't got anybody alive. Oh. All right, yeah. So any questions from here from the Book of Faces? I definitely want to hear what you guys have to think. 10-3, 10-2, Sendero, comp builds, custom stuff. Well, I got some custom stuff coming. I'm really looking forward to it. It's very early production, actually, and so I'll let some of the cat out of the bag. Huge shout out to Corwin McCabe over at Northwest Scalar Designs. He's been pushing the envelope, taking advantage of having some time to kind of build his RC envelope. He's made some changes to his scattergun design, so look for those coming up. And I am excited to be able to get the weighted chassis that I want. He and I sat down. We sat down through the phone and through the book of faces, and we took 3 ounces out of each side of a steel rail. Now, his scattergun chassis is made out of stainless steel. His chassis weighs about 12 ounces total. Okay, we were able to get it down. I'm sorry, we were able to get it down to about 8 to 9 ounces for both sides combined. So it was a significant drop. What KV? Oh, what KV? All right, Tom, what's going on, brother? Or Tim? Sorry, I'm having a moment. I need another drink. Trail truck. Here's my question, Tim. What truck are you putting it in? Okay, I'll answer your question when you can tell me what truck you're putting it in, because that actually really does matter. I've had a lot of success with lower KV with a 2-speed that works, and higher KV on just a single speed. So I'll answer your question here in a hot second. What else? So back to Corwin and scatterguns. So those particular chassis, I have a Skunk Works. Okay, it is a custom chassis, lots of lightning, lots of really cool looking stuff. There's only 2 in existence across the board, just 2. I have one, and my teammate from Northwest Scalar Designs, Rocco, has one. And he's been putting his through the ringer too, which is awesome to see. Now, I'm really looking forward to pushing out the newer design. Now, he's made a big change with how the panhards sit, and I think that's going to actually build out really well for even myself. I got a little frustrated with the original panhard. I actually ended up making my own. So he's definitely made it more stout, which is awesome. All right, Tim. So you got a G-made bomb. You want to do trailing and U4? Trailing, absolutely no questions asked. You'll be good for that. I'd be a little nervous on a bomb for a U4. For trailing, if you're not afraid to have the power and you're not afraid to actually adjust using a Mamba X, my go-to would be for probably between a 2200 and a 2800, whether it's for a Holmes, for a bomb. Actually, a 2700 stubby might actually work out really well for your situation, because it's not a super heavy truck. But if you're going to do U4 with that truck, I would go and bump that up to the like a 3800. So, I mean, but know that things are going to break at 3800. No questions asked. Yeah. So you have options. You have a lot of options. On the other side, you could always, for U4, you could always jump it up to 4S on a 2700, whether it's a full-size Polar Pro or a, I don't know how much room you got. Yeah, I see. I don't know how much. Oh, you got bombed for a reason. Are you? Did you get it for the best price ever or a really cheap price? I hope so. If in that situation, or if you got sponsored, that'd be even better. But that said, or if you're out to just prove it that it can work, like I am with Traxxas and the portal gears, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just out to prove that it works. 550 brushed. Yeah, dude. Polar Pro. All right, so 550 will fit. Why not go big, go home? Put a 550 or a 2700 Polar Pro in it. Call it a day. Put a little advance on the timing. Watch your temperatures. I would test. Run a slightly smaller pinion, and then test from there, because you can always go up a tooth, down a tooth, and don't be afraid to test out your spur gear too. That's going to be crucial in your situation. So, although the bombs are really good quality, I know that they had a small transmission problem and they have since fixed it. So huge shout out. And also my buddy Chris Lindgren runs a bomb quite often on his 20-mile adventures doing his thing. And he puts things through living heck too. So, all right, cool. It's updated. Good. All right. Yeah. So my biggest thing for you, especially if you're going to do U4 and stuff, figure out what parts go and keep a couple extra spare ones. That would be my best thought process. Like I know in, like, for example, the R3 transmission from RC 4-wheel drive, they've got great quality. I've only broken one part out of them, and that's the pin. That's it. That's the only part I've ever broken out of one of those. Even their transfer cases are super stout. Now, their axles, on the other hand, we'll talk about that later. All right, so Trailcast, you got a great question. Get that lurch forward. Knuckles are all in line. Front drive shaft, steep angle. So look. We'll stop. Actually, this one has already been done. This is kind of I don't know. This is definitely not a truck that I put together. Someone else put it together. But all right, so if you look very closely, if you could see how my pumpkin is not vertical. It's actually inverted. It's got a slight forward to it. Now look at the drive shaft angle. If you guys can see it, okay, that drive shaft angle is much lesser than what it is stock. So what you have to do is actually elongate the upper rear link. We're talking maybe a turn or two, and then leave that bottom rear link alone. And what it'll do is take it from, let's say, from your axle being like this to your axle being like that, lessening your drive shaft angle. Okay, so that way you guys can see over here in Facebook land, it takes it from your rear axle being vertical to having just a slightly less drive shaft angle. It really helps with the longevity of things. And Jim, shush, I do have spare parts. That's what I've been carrying in my carry-all RC. There's my shameless plug of carry-all RC. I do keep spare parts. So yeah. Oh, it's in the front. You can actually do the same thing on the front. This has already been done as well. It's a little bit trickier because of where the panhard is. You may need to move the panhard. You have to be careful with the front, especially. But I don't know how their axles are set up. Are the axles set up like the Element and Axials, where it has those those hub knuckles that you can take them off and twist them? Or is it, more like a TRX4? So I think that would help. You know what? The other side of things, let me see if I can actually pull up a picture here on my laptop, because I got a laptop here. Hey, Willis, over here on Facebook land. Willis, I'm down. My wife okayed me. That thing we were talking about earlier. Oh no, it's not creepy, guys, over here on YouTube land. Only for Willis. He likes it. I salute to COVID and all our days off. What is this? Day 45 quarantine? I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of stopped being quarantined. It is what it is. All right, G-Made bomb. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna pull up some images. All these stuff. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's not cool. That's really expensive. So I'm like looking at the there's a rock bouncer piece for it. That's like $200 for a frame. That's stupid. That's really expensive, actually. Like, I'm not opposed to paying a lot of money for something that I know is good. It's coming out of Banggood, so it should be like $50. I'm trying to see what those axles look like. Here, I'm gonna pull up this picture. I see what you mean. Those drive shaft angles are really steep. It looks like almost like a stock axial 10.2, and with that crazy drive angle. Looking for pictures. The internet is actually not helping me with pictures. That sucks. This is really irritating. All right. See if I can pull this out. There we go. All right. Boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna pull you back up here. It's in the front. SCX. Oh, SCX 10. Oh, is it an original 10 or 10.2? I know, it's such a great face that I just gave. Buy an axial. No, I'm not buying an axial. No, because if I buy an axial and you come near it, it's gonna break. Says the man who breaks everything. Oh, I'm gonna get my class 3 running. I got my class 3 running, but I broke it. I don't even drive it hard. That's why you should run a Traxxas. All right, an OG. If you're working on an OG SCX10, you're gonna have to play with the links. Extend the front link out, or the upper link just out a little bit. Maybe start 1 or 2 turns, and maybe try, and that's probably the best thing. And then you might have to adjust and look where the panhard is, so that make sure you have proper geometry. But that might be the only thing that's going to get you a better drive angle. The downside on the OGs is that they are so much older. They don't always have the adjustability. But knowing that, you could always swap on a 10.2 axle, and then that way you can use your C-hubs and adjust it. So you do have those two, that choice, and you also get better turning out of it too. So, that's about all I can say. Although I know where your mind goes, RC Trail Cats, and I like it, and I'm really excited what's going on in your head, because you just do some really scale stuff. Hey, I see up there, little person watching. It happens to be blood relation to me. I don't know if it's mom or dad, but hi. So you're not seeing this. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this. I've got a couple ideas coming down the pipe. I want to try and start working on my TRX6 and get that into a tow truck. I think that'll be really cool. I might just do a simple bed, just take some of my old Kydex that I have laying around. I can even do a red one. That would actually stand out. I got blood red Kydex. Why not? Let's send it. Oh, do I have another cool color? I might even have something cool. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what I got. And we'll go from there. And then I also got an Unimog body, which we printed on an Ender 3. Or Ender 5 Pro, I'm sorry. That came out really well, which is down here somewhere, hiding over here. I haven't even put the front on it. Not at all, because you guys know me well enough. I'm going to break it. Why put a front? Well, actually, I probably should put a front end on this because it'll actually help keep everything a little bit more stable. But we use Pet G on this. And yeah, I think it'll come out really nice. This is going to be a little tougher to put on than what I thought it would. But, let's send it. The other downside of this random thought, the other downside of this COVID shenanigans is all the idiots outside my house with their little 4 cylinders putting it down to the floor. Popping a screeching tire in second gear. Weak sauce, straight weak. Let their little fart cans rev up. I say this as there's one going by. Man, get a V8. LS swap it. That's the only right thing to do. Yep, that's a Honda. Someone's letting it go pop, 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 pop. And it sounds like a freaking ride. I don't even want to go there. I'm going to censor myself right now because that's what I need to do. Because that's what people do. All right. Anyway, I digress, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long day. Toddler's been, she was on from 6:30. Passed out at 1, back on at 4. And we all know toddlers. They go until they stop, and then until their batteries die, and then they get recharged, and then it's on again. Because they're crazy. They're cute, but they're crazy. So, anybody else have any questions? Give you guys a hot second. This thing, should I sand this? Should I make this a nice body? I don't know. Should I actually make this into a nice body? Or should I just do what I'm going to always do and just smoke this out and send the crap out of it? I don't know. What do you guys think? Make it a nice body? Or print a body that can be nice? I don't know. What's your opinion? I know what my what the blood opinion is over here on Book of Faces land. I know what he's thinking. He's like, you don't keep anything nice. Hey, I did maintenance on this element. Yes, he gives me a lot of crap for it. I need an ESC. I keep staring at that truck. My short course truck needs an ESC. Pretty badly, actually. I might have fried it, and I might have pirated the electronics out of Skunkworks to make that thing work completely. I just took the ESC and my BEC and just plugged it out, put it in that. It was a little bit of a wiring rat's nest, but send it. So don't keep it nice. Cool. That makes my decision easier. Although that did come out nice. Yeah. That printer does come out really nice. I'll just keep it. I'll just send it. That'd be great. I think I'm just going to do a janky tow truck because that's what I need to do. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off here. Tired, cranky. My neighbor's lights are on. That's what they do. All right, guys. I think I'm going to start and get a couple more products MJ certified, MJ proofed. And you guys know well enough that I beat the crap out of stuff, so take that to advantage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sign off. You guys have fun. Deuces. Have a good one.